taking care of yourself is way more than just self-care. What's it all about? It's about you. In the grand scheme of things, the big picture of your life, it's all about you. And that means that you have to take care of your destiny for you to be fulfilled while you're fulfilling your destiny. Subscribe, share, and if there's any reasons why you haven't subscribed or you don't like this, let me know. Welcome to Worthy Soul. And if this is not your first time, welcome back. My name is Danielle Lane, and I'm just so excited to be here, y'all. It's been a minute. I had a few issues last week, but this week I'm back. I'm ready. My nerves is a little, but they're calming down. But today I just really want to stress how important it is, like, to take care of yourself. How important it is to remember that you are the bigger picture. There is no picture bigger than you in your life. Regardless of what seat you hold in life, you are the biggest picture in your life. And you have to remember that, and have to remember that you have to take care of yourself. So whenever you're doing anything, it doesn't matter, whatever it is, look at the bigger picture and make sure that you are the biggest component in that picture before you make any decisions on what you're going to do next. And when you find yourself tired and things, like, remember, like, maybe I haven't taken care of myself the way that I should. So let me focus on taking care of myself so that I can reach the bigger picture all the time. Because it's hard. Y'all, it's hard. I know we're in this age and era of self-care and we preach it, but I definitely know that taking care of yourself is way more than just self-care. Like, have you ever really stopped to think about the impact of your actions on the world around you? Like, what about how much effort and time and energy those actions cost you? When we really think about that, like, let's take a moment, a second to think about that. Like, think about, like, the things that you've done, how much it's helped those around you, the world around you, whatever. Personally, whether you know it or not, like, the impact that you've had thus far in your life. And really be like, man, like, that really takes a lot of energy. It really takes a lot of time. And what's going to happen, like, if you don't take care of yourself to replenish that energy and time that you expended already, like, that you've expended trying to complete whatever tasks, and those tasks that have really nothing to do with you? Like, how much time has that been? Like, when we think about that and we think about, like, you like, man, that was a lot. It's like, yes, it was. So what did you do to take care of yourself so that you can replenish yourself, so that you can remember and remind yourself that in the grand scheme of things, I am most important. In the grand scheme of things, I am worth taking care of myself. And I must take care of myself if I still want to continue to impact those around me and the world around me in the way that I have. Because I was only able to do that. Maybe you weren't taking care of yourself when you were able to do that, but you had some stored up energy, stored up effort and all that allowed you to be able to do those things. But once you use that all, what are you going to do next? All everything you had stored up is gone. So let's just make it our best practice to continue to take care of ourselves and really be intentional about, like, reminding ourselves, like, in the grand scheme of things, in this big picture, like, what's it all about? It's about you. In the grand scheme of things, the big picture of your life, it's all about you. And that means that you have to take care of you so that you can continue to fulfill that big picture and live in it the way that you're supposed to and live the life that you're supposed to, which starts with taking care of yourself. And sometimes, like, taking care of yourself is learning to be self-aware of how you feel, self-aware of what you can and cannot handle, so that when somebody asks you to do something, like you understand, like, okay, I could probably do this, but like with these guidelines and regulations, with these boundaries set, because I can't do all of that you asking for without all this, without these boundaries, without, whatever you need. That's taking care of yourself. Being able to say, like, yeah, I can help you, but this is how I'm going to be able to help you. And sometimes how you're able to help them, it will look like how they want help. And sometimes it's not. But at the end of the day, in the bigger picture, everything is about you. So you want to be able to help people in a way that you are proud of. Be able to help people do things that you believe should be done. Like, don't just help somebody because they need help. And then you like, you shouldn't even be doing all of that. Like, if you feel like they shouldn't be doing all of that, don't help them do that. Because not only are you not taking care of them, but you're not taking care of yourself either. Because now you're going to look at something and be like, okay, what impact on the world around me did that have? And if you see that it did not have the impact that you wanted it to, you're not taking care of yourself. Because you're not putting yourself in the best position to be the best person that you want to be in life. And that's what it's all about. Like, how do I become who I'm supposed to be in life? And the first step to do that is to take care of yourself so that you can impact your life and those around you and whoever else you feel like you need to impact or you will impact in the way that you're supposed to, so that nobody gets shortchanged. You don't feel like you didn't fulfill something the way that you were supposed to, or you feel like you lacked in a certain area because you weren't doing what you were supposed to do, which is take care of yourself. Because in the grand scheme of things, in the big picture in your life, it's about you. Your life is about you. The big picture is for you to be successful, for you to fulfill your destiny, for you to be fulfilled while you're fulfilling your destiny in every area of your life. Like, not just career, not just relationships, not just in your finances, not just in your hobbies. Like, you don't want to be impactful and great in only one of those areas. You want to be impactful and great in all those areas and fulfill your assignment in all those areas so that you can, number one, be proud of yourself. That's like first and foremost. Like, if you're not proud of yourself, how are you going to expect somebody else to be proud of yourself? Proud of you. You just won't. So we just have to make sure that we take care of ourselves so that we can show up as our best selves at all times. And sometimes that could be hard, right? Because sometimes us taking care of ourselves can conflict with somebody else and what they need from us, what they want from us, or it can conflict with just how they view us because we're not showing up the way that they want us to, because we realize that the way that you want me to show up for you is not going to be good for me because I won't be taking care of myself if I show up that way. Or I won't be taking care of myself. I won't be taking care of myself because I'm now putting myself on the back burner to help you or to do whatever, fulfill whatever request or need that you have from me. And that's never something that we want to do. But we always want to remember that at the end of the day, we never have to put ourselves on the back burner to help somebody else. Us helping somebody else or impacting the world should never if affect us or impact us negatively. Ever. Like, that's not, I don't know, I know some people, some of us grew up saying, like, you give to everybody else, and that's what you're here for, and you're not. You are here to first give to yourself and then give to others. And sometimes, that means creating a balance that allows you to do both, but never ever should you get the short end of the stick in no situations. Like, you may not get exactly what you want out of the situation, but you always want to make sure that you get your due diligence. You always want to make sure that you know that if I do this, this is not going to negatively impact me. Because if it's going to negatively impact me, I'm not taking care of myself. Plain and simple. Anything I do that negatively impacts me, I am not taking care of myself, and I am not looking at the bigger picture. Because if I was looking at the bigger picture, I would be taking care of myself so that I could fulfill that bigger picture, which is me living the best life that I'm supposed to live. And we just have to remind ourselves of that. Like when we kind of find ourselves sometimes in a rock and a hard place about doing things and about what we should do or what we should choose to do, whether that's in relationships, at work, helping a random person on the street, if you feel led to do that, you always have to think about first, okay, is this the safest situation for me? Is this situation going to not put me in harm's way that it could terribly impact my life? Like, that is the biggest thing. If we could say yes to that, I'm just saying, it's not taking care of yourself. So, I know sometimes we choose to take care of others and not ourselves. If that's what you choose to do, I understand it. No, I don't. I don't understand it. But just remember, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Like, take care of yourself because you only get one of you. And repairing yourself sometimes is way harder than taking care of yourself. Repairing yourself all the time is way harder than taking care of yourself in the beginning. So let's just make sure we make wise choices and take care of ourselves, because sometimes it's easy for us not to make wise choices, right? Sometimes it's easy for us to just go ahead and want to take care of other people, want to do for others. And we look back and be like, whether that's days, years, hours down the line, like really feeling like down and low and feeling like, I can't believe like I let that happen to me. I can't believe that I subjected myself to that. I can't believe that I actually did that. And I think that I've gotten really good at that, because the whole like take care of yourself and not letting other people be a priority in your life before you are a priority. I remember one time, this guy that I was with, we were dating, in a relationship. We was in a relationship. I'm not gonna say dating. We was in a whole relationship, and we had got into it. Whatever. I think this was like after we had broke up, when we still like having conversations or something. I don't remember. Maybe after, on the midst of a breakup. I don't remember. But I remember he had told me like, was like, he just hated this about me. He's just like, you just like have like this self-preservation perspective about yourself, and you just like, it's destroying us. And I'm like, self-preservation? How is that destroying us? Like, my self-preservation and my need for self-preservation and me recognizing that preserving myself is important is negatively impacting our relationship? Maybe this relationship is negatively impacting me. That's why my self-preservation is disturbing you, because you're not getting out of me what's only beneficial to you, what's putting me in a position to not take care of myself. And I had to I felt like he was trying to say that to kind of make me feel guilty, but I didn't. Like, unbeknownst to him, it really made me feel stronger, and it made me feel like, yep, this is the right decision. Like, this is exactly what I need to be doing, is leaving this situation alone. Because if you feel like I have to sacrifice my well-being for you to be happy in this relationship, this ain't a relationship for me. I don't need it. Take how you feel. I'm glad you feel that way, because now I know that I'm doing my part. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do in my life, which is taking care of myself, preserving myself, and making sure that I'm taken care of, making sure that I'm putting myself in the best situations possible. So don't listen, when you're protecting yourself and taking care of yourself, and as he would put it, self-preservation is a priority to you. Don't let people make you feel guilty about that at all, because those are the people that just really are not for you. Those are the people that you're gonna look up and be like, oh my gosh, like, you are so draining. I don't even recognize myself no more. Like, you You have contributed to my downfall. Those are the people like that say stuff like that. Like you just don't care. Like you only just care about worrying about protecting yourself. You don't want like you don't care. Yes, I am worried about protecting myself. You should protect yourself too. And if we feel like we have to protect ourselves from each other, that's a sign that we don't need to be together. So it was appropriate for me to leave that situation because he didn't even feel like my self preservation was important. Like, what? Don't never be with nobody that feel like you should not protect yourself or you should not make sure that you preserve yourself and you don't do anything that's not for you. You don't do anything that goes against what you believe, your morals, your values, and who you believe you should be in this world. Like, be with somebody that encourages you to take care of yourself, that encourages you when you say, like, I don't really think that's for me, or I don't think I should do that. That ain't right for me, or that's not really working. They should encourage you to say, yes, don't do that thing. Don't do nothing that's going to make you feel uncomfortable. And don't do nothing that's really going to make you feel like, why did I do that? Like, I really wish I wouldn't have did that. I really wish I did. And sometimes this could be hard, right? Like self-care, taking care of yourself, right? Taking care of yourself and remembering, like, when you think about the big picture, when you look at the big picture, like, you are the most important part in that bigger picture. The most important. And some ways that I kind of utilize this is I try to make sure that whenever I'm going through things or whenever I'm like conflicted or I don't know what to do, I have to make sure that if I want to say yes to something, that I know my tolerance and I know that I'll be able to deal with it. And if I feel like if it's going to kind of go over my tolerance level, I have to take a step back and say, we're not going to be taking care of ourselves if we do that. So maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should just leave that alone. And also constantly reminding myself that I don't ever have to put myself on the back burner for nobody. To do nothing for nobody, like, that's not an option. Like, if I have to feel like I have to put myself on the back burner, we're not doing it. Especially because I done did it too much in the past. Like, I'm not doing that no more. We have to remember to keep ourselves first and be reasonable and fair to ourselves and make sure that when we're doing this and when we're making sure that we're not putting ourselves on the back burner, that we understand how it's going to benefit us and we understand why it's important, and we constantly remind ourselves of that, right? Like, even when we come into conflict with somebody and they kind of make us or try to make us feel bad for our choices of preserving ourselves and, protecting ourselves, remember, like, you're not a bad person for that. And whoever makes you feel like or tries to make you feel like a bad person for that, you might want to rethink having that person in your life in whatever capacity that is. Oh, excuse me. And always another thing I always remind myself, or I have to kind of think and evaluate, is like, is this situation or person my responsibility? And if it's not, then I shouldn't focus on it or try to make it a priority for me, because all that's going to do is put me in a position to what? Not be taking care of myself. And we want to take care of ourselves. And so focusing on that and just reminding myself, like, if it's not my responsibility, I should not force it to be a priority for me, has really made my load in life a lot lighter and easier to carry. And that's all we want to do, is put ourselves in a position to live the easiest life possible by taking care of ourselves and the things that we're supposed to, and the things that serve us, and the things that we are supposed to serve. So, like, take some time to reflect and be like, what are some things that I've been through that I know I wasn't taking care of myself in those things? What are some of those things? Leave them in the comments. Let's talk about it. But always remember that at the end of the day, your bigger picture has you as the priority. You are the biggest thing in the bigger picture. And if you lose focus in that, or you diminish that, and you let you become micro in that picture, you're not taking care of yourself. And we want to make sure that we protect and take care of ourselves, because guess what? Taking care of ourselves and protecting ourselves is worth whatever backlash we receive from other people, because we are the most important thing in our bigger picture, and we are worth whatever backlash we have to deal with. We are worth whoever chooses to have to walk away from us. Like, we are worth that, if that comes at the cost of us taking care of ourselves. You are worth taking care of yourself. So do it. And let's keep learning about what else we need to do to be the worthy souls that we were destined to be. And you already know, like, comment, subscribe, share. And if there's any reasons why you haven't subscribed or you don't like this, let me know. Always open to feedback, always open to constructive criticism, always open to grow. As I grow with you guys and I help you grow as well, help me grow. Help me grow.